Hey all, and welcome to our first video of 2022. I'd like to wish everyone a happy new year, and today we are going to be showing you how to use a Hikvision IP camera to make a time-lapse video. Okay, so most Hikvision IP cameras should be able to do this, especially all the newer ones. It's nothing too complicated. What we'll be doing is essentially putting an SD card into the camera, then we will set regular intervals for the camera to take pictures, and then we'll download those pictures, put it in some software, and create our video. Okay, so what's coming up? So first of all, I'm going to show you how to set up the hardware. In the little demo I have, we have a IP camera connected to a switch which powers the camera, but you can connect it to your NVR, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a second after we just run through this list. So after we set up the camera, I'm going to show you how to set up the software. So we're going to log onto the camera through the PC using SADP tool, and then we're going to set our camera up, especially the SD card, to set it how we want it to record the pictures. Okay, then we're going to download our pictures, and I've got some software that I found. It's a free bit of software. I'm going to show you guys how to download it and use it, and then we're going to take our pictures and create our time-lapse video. And what we've also got is a couple of samples that I made, just using 24 hours worth of photos to create a 1 minute and 10-second sample. Okay, so you guys should all be able to do this after you've seen this video. Alright, but we'll talk a bit more about the hardware setup, and then we'll start the creation of the time-lapse videos. Okay, so there's two ways to do this essentially. The way I showed you in the demo is through a camera connected to a PoE switch, and the other way is to use an NVR, and you will still need an SD card, whichever method you use. Okay, so I thought there might be a way of using an NVR to download the pictures, but I haven't managed to figure it out. I don't think there is a way. An SD card is very easy to use, and they're relatively inexpensive now, so it's not a bad idea. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward using an NVR, but you will have to enable a feature on the NVR called virtual host. Virtual host will allow you to do everything that I'm doing onto the camera that you see in the video. So I'll leave a link below how to enable the virtual host. It's very easy. It's literally just clicking on one tick box and then saving it, and then you'll be able to access the camera like I do in the video. So I hope you enjoy what's coming up, and it's good to be back in the new year. And hopefully after you've seen this video, you'll be able to create your own videos, and if you do manage to like this video and create something, it'll be great if you can leave a link below. And thanks for watching, and enjoy the video, and I'll see you later. Thanks. Okay, so this is our little setup we're going to use for our time-lapse video. Okay, so we have our switch, which is connected to our internet. Okay, and then we're just running a short cable for this demo, but you would obviously run a longer cable to connect to your camera. And we have our camera, and this is our model number. Okay, there you go, just about to see it. Okay, and we're going to put in this SD card into the camera, and we've got the tool that came with the camera as well, which you're going to need for this. Okay, you can connect it to your NVR, but there's a slightly different way of retrieving the files. I'm going to talk about that more later. But if you want to have your camera plugged into your NVR, that's fine, but you will need to install an SD card as well. Okay, so let's go ahead now and open the SD card, and then I'm going to show you how to pop it in the camera. We're going to go mount the camera, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so let's open up this SD card. It's a 256 gigabyte card, so it's the highest these IP cameras can handle. And I'm going to do a bit of maths as well to tell you how long you can get on a 4K time-lapse video. Well, that's coming up later. Okay. Okay, so our card is out. Okay. Now, what we have to do is open the camera and put the SD card in there. Okay, so this little bit twists off. Okay, I should do that, but as you see here, we've got two hatches. This is the speaker, the first hatch, and the second one, you probably can't see it on there, but it says reset micro SD. Okay, so that's the hatch we need. So we're going to open this with the tool that comes in the box. You can use a flat screwdriver if you've got the right size. Okay, there's the little hatch. And now, if you can just see here, right at the bottom here is where you put the SD card in. So, take our SD card, pop it in there. Okay, you should hear it kind of clicks into place, and that's in. Now we can do off our hatch. Okay, so our camera's now all ready. What we're going to do is go ahead and mount this now. But what you guys just have to connect your camera to your switch after you mounted it, or to your NVR, just like that. And it's going to start powering on the camera. And we're going to go flip over to the PC now and set it up after we mounted it. So check you guys in a few secs. Okay, so we've mounted our camera and now we're ready to go ahead and set it up and get our time-lapse video going. So first of all, I've installed SADP tool. This is a bit of software from Hikvision that allows you to find your Hikvision devices on your local network. So I'll leave a link below where to go, but it's very easy to download it and set it up. And then once you log in, it automatically finds all the devices. So as you see here, we've got one inactive device, which means basically brand new. So we need to go ahead and activate it, and then we're going to go set it up for a time-lapse video. So let's get cracking. Okay, so first things first is we need to put in a password. Okay, so password's entered, now it's activated. Next thing we have to do is enable DHCP, which will allow it to give it a local IP address. So at the moment it's got the standard IP address it comes with, but we need to change it to something that we can communicate with. So we click on the right here, enable DHCP, put in the password that we just entered, and click on modify. Okay, so now when we click on refresh here, we find the camera and you see it's changed the IP to 1044.159. That means we can go ahead and log onto the camera now. Okay, so now what we have to do is double click on the IP address and it's going to load up the camera in a browser. So we recommend you using Internet Explorer or Edge if you know how to configure it. But if you don't know how to configure it and you want to use Chrome, there's something called IE tab. So I've made a video on how to install IE tab. I'll leave a link below. And this allows you to see the live view of the camera once we've logged in. Okay, I'll show you right now. So this is our live view right now of the camera we installed. So let's go ahead and get the time-lapse going. So first thing I'm going to do is set up the time-lapse video so we can see a few pictures while we set up the rest of the settings. Okay, so we're going to go to storage. Okay, what I like to do is set everything to continuous. So we're going to make this continuous, save, all, save. Okay, and then we'll do the same for capture. Copy to all. Obviously, if you don't want it to record all the time, you can change your parameters, but I'm just doing a 24/7 recording. And now here's where we enable our snapshots. Okay, so these settings are up to you. We're going to leave it on the high resolution and high quality, and we're going to leave JPEG. Well, there's no other options, but we can change here. So I want the interval to be every 1 second it's going to take a picture. No, sorry, 1 minute it's going to take a picture. Okay, so every minute, one picture, and we click on save. Okay, so that's our parameter set up for the time lapse, but we need to activate our hard drive. So our hard drive is uninitialized at the moment, so we're going to go here and click on format. Okay, it's only take a second. Okay, you see down below we've got percentage for pictures, percentage for record. So this is going to record on the SD card what you want. So we're going to set this to 100% for pictures, but obviously you can set this how you like. And if you do have an NVR plugged in or some other recording device, then you can set this to 100% for pictures and not have to worry. Okay, but if you did want some recording as well, this is where you go. Okay, almost there, 80%. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to change percentage pictures to 100%, and we click on save. And now that's our camera set up for the time lapse. Now we can configure the folders we're going to record into. So when we want to save our files, we can choose our folder. So I've got a folder on my desktop already. Time-lapse files, okay. I'm going to set these all to time-lapse files. Okay, save. Now we're going to go ahead and configure the camera so we can get the right settings to get the camera to look like exactly how you want it to. Okay, so first things first, let's set the time of the camera. Okay, so we're going to use UK time. I'll show you how to hide this later as well. Okay, we're going to NTP. Okay, so let's save that. If you select NTP, which basically means it's going to automatically get a time off the internet, you need to enable DTS as well, or DST I should say. So it's the last Sunday in March at 1 o'clock and the last Sunday in October at 2 o'clock and a 16-minute bias. Okay, that's our time done. Now we'll just go set up the camera. Okay, so if you did want audio on the camera, I mean obviously I know time-lapse don't have audio and you select video audio here, but you might want to still listen to the camera and record. But for now we're just going to have video stream, and you can change the quality. So I like to put it on highest and everything else is okay, so we select that. And then let's go over to image. Okay, so here is where you could change your type of camera settings. If you're in a low light area, I like the low illumination setting. It gives it a bit of a punch to the brightness, which is what we usually like here. Obviously, if you're in a bright area, then you won't want to select this, but I'm going to select low illumination, and then we go to the OSD settings. So for here, for example, you can put in the details you want. So camera name, we can call this SSR Time-lapse, if you want to call it that. Okay, save. And on the camera now, it says SSR Time-lapse. Okay, you've got the times up here. But what I'm going to do is, because I want to make a nice clean video, I'm going to remove all the writing completely. Okay, so we go save, and that's it, a nice clean picture. Okay, it's really up to you how you guys want to set it. So that's it. That is our camera set up. So let's go see if we've taken any pictures. Okay. We go to picture for that at the top. Okay, so we select our times. So today, I'm just going to do it from all day. Search, and it's found 3 pictures that we've already found. So let's click on here, click on download, just check it's working. Okay, great. Let's check our folder. Time-lapse files. There we go. It's taken 3 pictures already, which is exactly what we want it to do. Now all we have to do is wait. So I'll check you guys in a couple of days, even though it might take a few seconds now. But I'll see you then, and hopefully we'll have some pictures ready to make a good video. See you then. Okay then, so our camera's been taking pictures for the last few days. Let's go ahead and log onto the camera now and download some pictures, and then we can go ahead and make a time-lapse video. Alright, so I've got a nice bit of software I'm going to show you guys. It's a free bit of software. But first of all, let's download the files and get them onto our PC. Okay, so log into your camera. Okay, just double There we go, there's our live view. Double check that you've got the right folder selected, so we know where our files are going to go. Okay, so let's go to pictures now. So it's been downloading for over the weekend, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a time lapse from Saturday. Here we go, Saturday the 18th at 6 o'clock in the morning. Whoops. Saturday the 18th, 6 o'clock in the morning. To Sunday the 19th at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so I'm going to download 24 hours worth of pictures. Then we're going to put them together into a nice little time lapse for like a day time lapse. Okay, just as an example. So we click on search. That's going to bring up the files. Okay, so we've got 15 pages here of files. So it's quite a lot. So what you do is click on the button here, click on download, and there we go. It's started downloading all these files to our PC. Now this will take a while because we have 100 in each page and 15 pages. So it's going to take a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is stop the recording and catch you guys in a minute when this is all done. And we're going to go ahead and start putting our time-lapse video together with a bit of software that I have. So I'll see you guys then. So that's now 1,440 pictures downloaded. Let's see if they're there. Let's click on our folder. Okay, so this is the folder it created. Click on properties just to see. Okay, so it's just shy of 2 gigs, 1,440 files. They're all downloaded. Okay, let's click on the folder. All right, so here are all our pictures, just as we want them. Okay, so now let me show you a bit of software that I found, and it's from Microsoft. It's nice. It's called Time-lapse Creator. A free piece of software, very easy to use. So I'll leave a link below where to download it from. But I've gone ahead and installed it on my PC already. So let's load it up. Okay, so this is the Time-lapse Creator. Okay, so well, first of all we have to import the folder where our pictures are. Okay, so let's go to our time-lapse folder. Okay, so we select this. Alright, so give it a second while it's importing the files. You see at the bottom here. Okay, let's give it a minute. Okay, so if I do this on the settings, the default settings, it's chosen 5 frames per second. So that means the video length is going to be 4 minutes and 48 seconds. All right then, so it is a little bit long for our purposes, and I want to go for 4K because we've used 4K pictures. Let's go for a frame rate of 30 frames per second. Okay. Alright, so now it should change click on preview and it'll change the time at the bottom. So now we've got a 47 second time lapse. Alright then, so I want to stretch it out to about a minute. So let's just slightly decrease the frame rate. Let's go 28 seconds, 28 frames. A little bit more. Alright, that will do me a 1 minute time lapse now. So that's 24 hours into a day using 23 frames per second. Now all we have to do is click on save and save that. And now it's creating our video file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a couple of different files. I'm going to create a 1 minute one and a 10-second file, and we'll just have them streaming next. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Now you can get yourself a Hikvision camera, pop in an SD card, and you'll be able to see time-lapse videos fairly easily. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and see you then. Bye bye.